Hello queens. I'm back at y'all with another client tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I created this abstract cut crease, and we're jumping straight into the video. I'm starting this off by cleaning my client's face. Now that her face is all clean, I'm just going to start working on her brows, and as y'all can see, my client has very full eyebrows, so I really don't have to do much. Instead of outlining the whole brow, I decided to just outline the tail and fill in any of the sparse areas, and to do so, I'm using my Nicka K brow pencil, and this one is in the shade black. Once both of the tails have been outlined, I'm going to start filling in the brows. After filling in this brow, I did some slight hair-like strokes at the front just to make it more even with the other eyebrow. And once I have both the brows filled in, I'm going in with my I.envy clear eyelash glue, and I'm using this to hold the brow hairs down in place. So as y'all can see, I'm applying a generous amount, and then I'm going to mold the hairs down using the spoolie end of my pencil. To clean up her eyebrows, I'm going in with these two Nicka K concealers, and they're in the shades 03 and 07. First, I'm going in with the shade 03, and I'm using this to clean up underneath her arch. If you're watching this tutorial and you're interested in knowing what tools that I'm using, I do have an updated brush video on my channel. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I recommend that you tune in after you finish this one. Majority of the brushes that I use on a regular are linked in that video. As y'all can see, I've cleaned up underneath her arch. Now I'm going in with the shade 07, and I'm going to use it to clean up the remainder of the way on the top and the bottom of her eyebrows. Now that both of the brows have been cleaned up, we're moving on to the eyeshadow base. So I'm going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is in the shade White. If you don't have the shade White, you can use Fair Rose. And I'm just going to be applying this all over her lids. I'm taking some of my Dermablend translucent powder and I'm going to be applying this throughout the front of her brows to lighten them up, and I'm also going to be using it to set some of the concealer in place. For today's eyeshadow look, I used my Morphe 35B palette, and first I'm going in with one of the deep purple shades, and I'm using this to carve out the cut crease area. To blend out the purple, I'm going in with this almost lilac shade. It has some pink tones to it, and I'm going to be using this as my transition, so I'm going to be alternating between the two colors to blend them out. Once I have the cut crease area defined and blended, I'm going to start working on the outer edge of her eye, and you kind of want to do it in the shape of a wing. We're basically going to be following the same routine that we followed when carving out the cut crease shape. So I'm going in with the same two eyeshadows and I'm using them to blend out the wing. Now that we have one side complete, I'm going to go ahead and finish up on the other side. To cut her crease, I'm going back in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and I'm just taking it on this flat synthetic brush. Y'all know I'm a perfectionist when it comes to cutting my crease, so I'm going to make sure that I really take my time with this step. This is really the most tedious step. If you are using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer like me, make sure that you blend as you go because this product does dry very quickly. After I cut both of her creases, I went ahead and set them in place with some matte white eyeshadow. And once I did that, y'all, I realized that I hadn't cut the creases over far enough, so I did go back in with some of my e.l.f. Camo concealer and I lengthened the end of my cut crease. To set the areas that I recut, I'm going in with this pressed eyeshadow and I'm applying this to her eyes using this e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. After I recut the areas, they weren't as smooth as I wanted them to be, so this is how you disguise that. You just go in with the pigment or a pressed eyeshadow and boom, you have an amazing eyeshadow look. Now I'm going in with this pale pink eyeshadow. It's so light that you could barely pick it up on camera, and I'm using this to blend out the edge of her wings. After I complete this, we're going to be moving on to the face, and unfortunately my camera was out of focus when I primed her face, so we're going straight into the foundation. I'm taking my Fit Me foundation in the shade Spicy Brown, and I'm going to be using this as her foundation around her face. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer, and it's in the shade 03. I'm taking whatever excess concealer is left on my brush and I'm using it to clean up the edge of her eyeshadow. To blend out the concealer, I'm going in with the same brush that I used to blend out her foundation. I'm going to allow the concealer to sit underneath her eyes and just move on to sculpting out her nose. And to do so, I'm using an e.l.f. cream bronzer. I only contoured her nose. I decided not to sculpt out her face because I wanted her face to remain soft and let the eyeshadow be the main focus. So now I'm just going in with this flat brush from Shein and I'm using it to blend out the concealer underneath her eyes. I'm going in with my Morphe loose powder in the shade Banana, and I'm using it to set the concealer in place. I'm going in with my Black Radiance contour palette, and I'm using it to bronze up her face. Now I'm taking my Fenty loose powder in the shade Hazelnut, and I'm using it to set the remaining areas of her face. I'm going in with some black eyeshadow, and I'm applying it onto her waterline. I'm gonna go in with a purple and pink eyeshadow and just smoke them across her lower lash line. Now that the eyeshadow's in place, I'm going in with my foundation brush, and I'm using it to dust away all of the powder. I'm gonna go ahead and spray her face in place with some setting spray, and then we're gonna move on to lashes. Her lashes are drying, I'm going to highlight her face, and to highlight her face I'm using my Bperfect Carnival XL highlighter. It's my favorite highlighter to use on my clients. Y'all are going to see how intense this highlighter is. Okay, I'm going to highlight her face, and then I'm going to turn her to the side so y'all can actually see the glow. Like, get into it. Okay, now I'm just applying some mascara to her bottom lashes because she has some very long lashes. And when I'm applying mascara, I like to apply it to the spoolie end. Well, I like to use the spoolie end of my pencil to apply it. Now we're moving on to the lips, so I'm going in with this cream foundation, and I'm using this to outline her lips. For the center of her lips, I'm going in with this liquid lipstick from Snatched Cosmetics, and I'm applying it with this disposable lip wand. And I'm going to be going on top of the liquid lipstick with this pale pink lip gloss from OZ Lab. And then I'm going to have her press her lips together to help me blend everything out. And once I have her lip fully blended, that'll be the finished look, and we'll be stepping into the grand reveal.
Okay, ready to see?
I'm scared.
What?
Oh, it's so
bold.
pretty. Oh, this is pretty. I ain't never had no colors like this. I only always did like naturally. Oh my god.
Okay, queens, we've made it to the end of the video, and as y'all can see by her reaction, this tutorial was another success. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I think this look came out absolutely bomb, and we can definitely add it to the V-Day collection. We only have a few more Valentine's Day looks left, and then we'll be stepping into the prom glam. So if that's something you would like to see, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next one. Bye bye, queens.